Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, back once again with a quick and dirty unboxing video because I received mail from Greece, actually from Athens, and usually, as you know, this means mail from the Sound and Silence label from George mastrokostas, who's been the head of the label for ages and also like the mastering engineer, and he's been sending me their releases like for years now, and recently I guess they've like exceeded the 100 releases mark in terms of albums, which is like a major achievement for a small independent run label that I guess only self-distributes and well, relies on like CDRs, limited edition things. So this is like a major feat. So let's dive into this one quickly to find out what is in there. The week has gone by like pretty slowly, I guess. Still some back problems, but otherwise fine and busy. Had things to do, some stuff sold at the record store, and yeah, thinking about the next release on Introterrine recordings, but I have to figure out some other things first. So things are in the making, but what we got here is, oh, I haven't opened this properly, so one more cut needed. There's, I guess, 2 albums or 3 maybe, from the Sound and Silence label, which is usually, as you know, focused on like things like ambient, deep listening music, a little bit of post-rock in there, and recently also had like a release by my mate Heinbach on the label, which or like a track on the like 100th anniversary compilation by Heinbach on the label, and maybe I hope they're gonna do a full Heinbach release anyway at some point. What we got here is 2 albums actually. One name I already recognize, so because I reviewed stuff and I have other releases by that artist. So what we got here is a press sheet. And this is a release by BV-Dub, Sound and Silence 103. Has been released on June 26 as Sound and Silence 103. For Forgetting is the name of the release, and is a return of BV-Dub. It's the second release for BV-Dub on the label since his 2016 album Yours Are Stories of Sadness, which came out back in 2016. So this has been like 7 years already since I've been getting stuff from the Sound and Silence label. Seems to be a long time, but considering that I started the channel in 2015, it might be. So, excuse me, quite a long time actually. And this is a project run by Brock Van Wey, who is based in San Francisco, California. Has been doing like ambient and deep techno stuff over the past like 1.5 decades, since 2007 actually, and has seen his music being released by labels such as Dala, N5MD, Home Normal, Glacial Movements Records, Past Inside the Present, Distant Noise Records, and others. Also Quietus Recordings, which is his own label, and these are 4 long-form compositions, mesmerizing textures, total duration of 79 minutes. So actually kind of going to the edge of what a CD can hold musically, like in terms of time and music. And I guess the CD, the max was like 80 minutes back in the day, or 74 for the initial CDs, because there was some like classical music recording. The guy who invented the CD or the format and approved of the format wanted to be fitting on one single CD without having to change to another like audio sound carrier actually. And what we got here is like soothing drones, melancholy, orchestral string samples, ethereal vocals. Vocals seem to be a new one for BV-Dub as far as I remember, and some beats as well. For Forgetting is another evocatively ambient masterpiece by BV-Dub that captivates the listener with its massive sonic depth. 300 handmade copies. The album looks like this, beautiful subdued tones actually, once again with the Sound and Silence logo on the flip actually, and we have this like flap mechanism which opens the album like this, copy 46 of 300. So all those releases on the Sound and Silence label of course are hand numbered. And we got the CD here as well, which is, as usual, very clean and minimalistic in its design. And we also got like a track listing, which is you found inside, which looks beautiful. It goes well along the artwork. Once again, 4 extended pieces, roughly 80 minutes. So I'm going to review that on my website nightstyles.de within a second. And the next one we got is not a name I necessarily recognize, but this is Sound and Silence 104. Also released on June 26th. This is Jar, 42 degrees. Also a return to the label, but I don't remember the name actually. So this is a collaborative project between British ambient guitarist of Yellow 6, which is a familiar name of course, and Wadwo. I remember Wadwo in some context, but well, have I reviewed a Jar album in the past? I don't remember, but memory is tricky when you review on average like 1 or 2 like releases a day, so things can get a little blurred. So if I don't remember, that's no offense to Jar, but my memory stack is kind of full with music actually. So what we got here is the 3rd full-length project by Jar actually. 2nd album for Sound and Silence, has been released. The last one has been released last year, which was Talking About X. Oh, the title is familiar. Maybe I've reviewed that. I gotta look this up actually. And this 6 long-form compositions, once again 66 minutes total duration. And this is inspired by the way a rainbow is formed. So there's some physics in there as well. And which is kind of referred to in terms of how... oh, interesting. It is impossible for an observer to see a rainbow from water droplets at any angle other than the customary one of 42 degrees from the direction opposite the light source. So if I see a rainbow, I'm at a 42 degrees angle from whatever the light source is. And if someone is at a 43 degrees angle, he or she does see nothing. So that's the way it works. Interesting. I'm not like the brightest in terms of physics, so but I gotta think about that actually. The album looks like this, and of course if rainbow is an inspiration, there is like a spectrum of light on there, which basically is a artificial rainbow kind of. Once again, we got the logo here. You might not see this properly because well, dark gray and black and stuff. And this is album number 084 of 200. CD looks like this. Pretty clean and pretty neat. And of course we got like a track list in here as well, which also has a kind of rainbow theme. So also the titles are always like, 3 of the titles are like referring to rainbows as well. Rainbows on their curves, part 1, 2, 3. So good stuff. I expect this to be ambient, deep listening music as well, like as usual on the Sound and Silence label. So expect the reviews to pop up on my website nightstyles.de within a few days or weeks, because well, you might see big stacks here, always stuff sitting around to be reviewed, but the review will follow. Otherwise, check out my Instagram, of course, for like more music to I'm gonna share and stuff, and talk on Instagram. I had like a weird thing happening because I put some posts up between like 14th of July and I guess 18th of July, and all those posts disappeared, and there is no sign of them being flagged or reported, and there was like there was only like vinyl covers and stuff, so nothing offensive in there, and there was also no sign of them, no trace of them to be found in the deleted folder, and also not in the archived folder. So it's pretty weird how posts from a 3 days time period like disappeared and never reappeared, and it was I'm kind of like confused by that. So if any of you had a similar experience, please let me know. Otherwise, of course, check out BANDCAMP up there, another video down there, and I'm going to see you in the next one. See you later.